So Alecto Grey will hunt you down. We follow Alecto Grey, or Alec, a sharp-tongued, troublemaking teenager still haunted by the death of her older brother Lucas. Before he died, he became convinced that a demon was stalking him, a claim which everyone dismissed as paranoia or mental illness. But when another boy in Alec's sleepy seaside town begins making incredibly similar claims about being hunted by some terrifying presence, Alec realises Lucas may not have been imagining things after all. Unable to ignore the similarities between the two, Alec begins investigating the strange events surrounding the boy and quickly uncovers a sinister underbelly hidden beneath the town's ordinary exterior. What begins as a possible supernatural mystery slowly spirals into something much darker and more disturbing, involving secret groups, corruption, violence against women, and some long-buried cover-ups within the town. As she digs deeper, Alec finds herself caught between two opposing factions, both of who seem to know more about Lucas's death than they are willing to admit. Along the way, she faces threats, kidnappings, manipulation, and increasingly dangerous situations, all while she's navigating her grief, her anger, and her own very complicated relationship with this town. There is a slight romantic subplot woven into the story, but the central focus always remains on Alec's determination to uncover the truth and get justice for her brother. Early on, this book feels like it's going to be entirely paranormal. It's filled with creepy atmosphere and unsettling supernatural possibilities, but as it progresses, it does evolve into something far more sinister and real. It constantly keeps you guessing whether there is actually a demon involved or whether the real monsters are entirely human after all. The horror element becomes less about literal demons and more about misogyny, trauma, abuse of power, and the ways that communities protect dangerous men. It's absolutely gripped me from the start. Alec is a brilliant main character. She's cynical, she's messy, funny, angry, completely unwilling to behave like your typical good girl. I loved how unpredictable this story was. Every time you think that you have a grasp on where it's going, what's going to happen, there's another shift and it makes it darker or stranger, and you just have no idea how it's going to end. This small town setting where everyone knows everyone gives it a really claustrophobic feel as well. There's this constant feeling of unease running throughout the story, and you kind of end up questioning whether every person that she meets will be someone that she can trust or not. Underneath all of this horror and dark humour, it's very much a story about female rage, injustice, the ways victims are silenced and dismissed. It tackles some really heavy subjects, including sexual violence and trauma, and some of the scenes are genuinely brutal and pretty emotionally intense, so it's definitely worth checking any trigger warnings before you read. However, none of it feels exploitative. It just uses the horror and the mystery as a way to explore lasting damage caused by abuse and institutional protection. Overall, it's dark, it's clever, it's emotionally charged, and it balances this supernatural paranoia with some pretty painfully real horror. It's sharp, unsettling, funny, and absolutely furious in equal measure. I'm still thinking about this one weeks after finishing it.